Hey guys, welcome back to my channel CreatorSim. It's your hostess with the mostest, Aspenblue. So today's video is here in Oasis Springs again. I have been hanging out here quite a bit lately. So this is going to be a large family build. Now there's a lot of landscaping in the beginning, so I'm so sorry. This is the first time I kind of have done this style home, at least in a finished video. I've tried and practiced in some other like old builds, but anyways. So I really wanted this house to be like built into the landscaping, essentially, like a desert home, I guess, those cool mansions like built into cliffs and things like that. Anyways, that was sort of the hope I was going for with this, kind of. I mean, it didn't end up coming out to that, but I do think it looked pretty neat. I mean, in the end, I think it just turns out to be a fancy-ish modern house on a hill. But I think it's all right. Anyway, so I've taken a bunch of debug rocks here, setting them up, and I don't know why I even like attempted to look at the stilts foundation. I don't know what I was thinking. Anyways, I really had the idea that I wanted the entrance to the front to kind of like go up, sort of like a long drive or something, but obviously I couldn't really, that's not true. I guess I could have done it with just terrain paint. But I really wanted it to look slim and uniform, so I do end up just making a straight walkway with steps, as you guys will see momentarily. Okay, anyways, but this pool, first and foremost, the whole reason why I wanted to do this build the way it is because I had the idea to have this infinity pool look out. Sorry guys, I'm like stuttering. I always am really slow at like getting into speaking in my videos, so the first couple minutes are just an absolute train wreck. I'm so sorry. Anyway, so I really wanted to use that sort of infinity pool because I found out that cool building trick where you take the, the debug like apartment foundation, and then it completely like gets rid of the walls and everything, and it's just a completely like crystal clear pool. It looks amazing. And so this is the first time I've done that, and I wanted to specifically do like, yeah, the infinity pool looking over, and Oasis Springs has a beautiful build. I am from the West Coast, so I do have kind of a bias towards the desert, I think. There's kind of like a fragile beauty about it. I don't know how to describe it. Don't get me wrong. I would much rather be somewhere that sees seasons, you know? Not too badly. I don't know how much I could deal with the snow for someone who's never lived in the snow before. So, like, definitely fall. I want to see, you know, some leaves change some pretty colors. And then maybe, like, the chance of a snowy Christmas. I think that's what I want. So yeah, my sister and I joke around about moving to the East Coast and finding like a cute old Victorian and fixing it up. Okay, so here we are. We are finally moving on into the inside of the house. So as you can see here, I figured out the walk up to the home. Now I'm figuring out the floor plan. So we're adding a second area up here. And I've been playing a lot these days with, gosh, what's even the word for it? I don't know, just exterior characteristics. Just adding different, gosh, I don't want to say anymore. Just adding different wall shapes and sizes. Gosh, that's not what I want to say at all, but for whatever reason I'm having a ridiculous time articulating. But you guys will see at the end. And I'm sure if you guys have been following my channel, I'm so glad you are here. But you guys know that some of my other builds these days are kind of taking that shape, and I'm playing around a lot with just the exterior shape. And of course, I always have a lot of fun with landscaping. Landscaping is one of my favorite parts about building. In real life, though, I am actually really, really fond of plants and just outdoor and nature as it is. So I think a landscaping architect would actually be a super cool job for me. Which would be sort of tough out here, just because of the natural landscapes that we have. It's sort of limited, but there are a lot of pretty desert plants, I think. Okay, so here's a better example as to what I was having a terrible time trying to articulate to you, so just look. I've been playing around with a lot of, I don't know, okay, balcony-esque, there we go. We'll go with like balcony shapes, even though not all of them are accessible. Anywho, okay, so we're adding upstairs, figuring out the bedrooms. I think this ends up becoming a 3-bedroom home. Yeah, so I just got a parents' room, a nice bathroom. I had a lot of fun, so I kind of played around with a lot of new building tricks that I've picked up recently, just in some of like the builds I've watched. It was like, oh my gosh, that's how they did it, and finally getting around to trying it. Anyways, so this house is pretty much what I went crazy doing that, and you guys will see that come the kitchen and the bathroom. I tried a bunch of new stuff, and I think it turned out pretty well. I mean, it took me a while to get there, but you know, it's just trial and error, practicing. It took me a while to land on an exterior color for the house. I think no, I don't go with this color. I really hope I don't go with this color because I'm not fond of it right now. For whatever reason, I can't remember what my build looks like at the end. Anyways, it takes a while to get there, but I'm pretty fond of it at the end. I don't think I put as much effort into decorating the house as a whole, just because I did spend a lot of time playing with new building techniques. So I think I was kind of done with the house. Don't you guys hate that? I don't know. I know I could have spent maybe like another 30 minutes cluttering it up, but I knew it was just going to be sort of really random footage, and sped up probably would not look great, but I didn't want to do it off camera, so I just didn't do it. Okay, good. I did change the exterior. I am so in love with these planks that came with the Eco Lifestyle pack. They're so beautiful. The only thing we had comparable really was the Spa Day pack-ish, and this is just way better, especially because it has so many toned planks of wood. Okay, so here I am. This is another example of me playing on the exterior. So these pieces of the house that sort of stick out, I'm separating them in color just so it looks a bit different. And again, playing with more colors. I'm not the most pleased with the coloring of the back of the house. I realized I didn't pay a lot of attention to actually like building, and it probably could have benefited from one of these little interesting exterior pieces. I was really proud of the landscaping in this one. Excuse me. Oh, and I go ahead and I change the exterior tile like a lot, so do not get comfortable with that. I just can't make up my mind. This build was actually sort of tough, because when it comes to landscaping and terrain, it can be kind of a pain in the butt, because some of the terrain objects will sink into the landscaping and fit like nice and snug, and then some of it will just float if the terrain is too uneven. And so that was something that I was kind of running into in this build, and I don't know why I decided to do this. So I guess it's because originally I had in mind with this build to have a cooler just outside in general. I wanted more for the landscaping. And just because it kind of took me a long time to figure this bit out, I didn't play that much with the terrain tool. So I go ahead and I add this, and I imagine kind of like a walkway, and then I plan to landscape around it. And the terrain is all janky, so I hope my downstairs neighbor isn't mad at me. I'm in the middle of moving, so my apartment's actually pretty much empty right now. So I hope there's not an echo. I've got my headphones in, but it is kind of late. It's almost 11 here. Pacific time. What is it, Pacific Standard Time? I don't know. See, here I am, just annoyed with the train. Nothing fun happening. Lots of boring terrain-ness. So I don't know if I messed the terrain up in this lot to begin with, or if the terrain was already odd, but I had such a hard time in some places fixing it. Like, I tried to make a driveway area, but the terrain didn't match up to the street, so that was kind of tough. And then I am glad I go ahead and change the fence to this. I think it's just a stone slab, and I'm pretty positive I stick with that. And here I am just adding some more kind of definition to the exterior of the house, because like I said, I felt like the back was missing something, and I thought that perhaps, you know, they could, the Sims could use some shade. So I go ahead and I add these diagonal bits here. Frustrated because the first fence I used didn't seem to cast an impressive enough shadow. So I go ahead and I pick a thicker fencing. And I was annoyed because some of the, like the fencing is visible on the exterior of the half walls. I wonder if that would go away if I added, no, because I think I tried to, like the wall trim. The only thing I will say about doing these exterior thingies, gosh, I've got to look up like the correct architectural term for that. I'm sick of calling them thingies. But it's, you have to kind of paint everything by hand. You can't just use this shift click method. All right, so we get to my favorite part, the landscaping, and of course I get to use a bunch of cacti, which I absolutely love. Yep, just going kind of bananas. I know that I'm going to use a lot, so I'm just placing as many of the one as possible in just like random grouped areas until I figure out the general placement. And I'm going to have to fidget with the terrain again because just some of the plants were not working with the setup. And then you never want like floating plants. I need to do some Let's Play though, because I really want to, if I'm not mistaken, there's like an alien world, right? I mean, we've got all these alien landscaping stuff. I've seen the debug menu, but personally in the game, I've never come across that. And I might be wrong because I know I have also not gone to one of the other like hidden-y clade worlds. I don't know. So I don't know, I could just be confusing that and maybe just thinking of like this older Sims, because I'm pretty sure there was, oh gosh, what do we had like a future stuff pack or expansion pack, I think. That one was cool, if I'm remembering right. I really do like how this little back area blended. I wanted to do more with landscaping there, but looking at the world, just because I haven't done much gameplay, but looking at the world, it looks like that might be a path behind the house, so I just didn't want to obstruct any like Sims walking by, but I did want to kind of obscure anyone's view and make it sort of private. Because I personally love the idea of floor-to-ceiling windows, but I'm one of these people who, like, at night if I see my blinds are even just the slightest bit cracked, I feel like so exposed, and like I immediately go and I fix it. So the floor-to-ceiling windows would be tough, although I think I would have the mirror, like exterior tint. Have you guys seen those? I think they look really cool. I mean, hopefully your exterior is pretty enough to want to reflect. If you lived off like a bad or like gross street, it would probably look like business and artificial, like you're in a shopping center or something. I am just rambling, guys. Sorry, this build's sort of boring. I'm really happy with it, but the reason why I'm happy with it is because I took the time and the detail to do all of this like obnoxiousness. Oh, so that's why that tree was floating. So I noticed that tree floating later on, I think actually when I was doing the captures, and I just realized that I completely just like dropped it. I don't know if I go back and fix it. Again, this is the struggle with the terrain though. And see, like I could not get him to get any lower, and I don't understand why, because I understand when like the base of the object is, you know, X amount of like grid, but these little ones with nothing, I feel like I should just be able to plop them anywhere. I don't know. This is only the beginning though, guys. I'm gonna definitely play around more with the terrain and stuff, especially because I would like to do sort of like a halfway undergroundish type of deal. I had this idea to do a sunken park here in Oasis. Well, actually with the park here in Oasis Springs, I want to do a sunken park. where the top is accessible, but there's also park down below on a second level. So I think that'll be fun. I did build a similar design in a previous build, but I did not use terrain. I just did like a basement method and then just tried to blend it as best as I could. And it just looked like a weird artificial shopping mall. Like, I'm from Vegas, so kind of like the Caesar's Palace, but like with a park. Okay, so I haven't actually gotten the chance to playtest this yet, which I really need to. But this is my first time trying the, this marble, like, it's in the surfaces category under like side tables and things like that, like just accent tables. I think that's the word for it. Anyways, this marble slab. So this is the first time me using that with a counter combination. And I thought it would work perfectly with these counters. I'm not sure which, oh, you know what, they're from the great patio pack. Anyways, I don't know why I couldn't remember that. They're from the patio pack. So I thought the marble top would look really pretty with the marble front. So hopefully they actually work. And also, this is my first time going in and trying to do the modern looking sort of like IKEA-esque cabinets, which took me a minute, but I get there. In the end, I get there, I think. In fact, I would just kind of ignore this bit because it doesn't look the best, and I do something weird just to like cover something up, and then I just go in and make it better later on. So it's a general concept, but don't get too attached. And then I do wish I had used a darker color just because the white flickers so much. Like if I used black or something, you honestly wouldn't have been able to see it, really. I mean, maybe a little bit, but the white just makes it really noticeable, which sucks because, it's honestly like kind of a go-to decor color, you know? And so here I am just being really nitpicky about lining these up perfectly. Because if it's going to have horrible shadows, then at least needs to have good lines, right? Sorry, my voice is kind of like hoarse. My allergies are acting up, and then I've just been moving, and then, yeah. It's been a day. I really hope my neighbor can't hear me. Oh yeah, and I need to playtest this sink. What sink did I end up having? I don't know. I saw myself playing around with the tiny living, and I can't remember if I ended up going with that or if I just pulled it out. And that's what I mean with the weird thing I did. So I don't know why I did this, and I go back and I change it because I do realize it's weird, and then I don't like it. And then I realized I was being like way too complicated about it too. I really like how I did this. I was inspired by, oh gosh, I really want to say it was marmalade. Sorry, I just had to take a sip of water. I got a little tickle. I should have poured myself a glass of, like a full glass of water. Like the sip I took was just like a few droplets left in my water bottle. I don't know why I sabotaged myself. See, I struggled with the kitchen so much. Like I said, this was kind of my experiment house. This was the first time I'd gone in and tried to do these different things. So I just seen a glimpse of it in a couple builds, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna try this. And I really didn't pay that much attention because I had a heck of a time figuring this out. Wall lights, though, are my new favorite thing. I go in phases with lighting. So like for a while, I was only using like surface and floor lights and really trying to do mood lighting. And then sometimes I just like to blast my Sims with a bunch of direct light. Oh gosh, I hope this didn't get too far out of order. Did we already have the out? Yeah, we did. Okay. I see we jumped to the entertainment center, which I know is literally just right around the corner. I just wanted to make sure I didn't miss any footage. And then I found these in the debug menu. They're just these little base game, like just poles, and they actually come in a couple different colors, or 4 actually. A black, a gray, a white, and then I think the other color is a green. But super handy. And then I took those are the little wooden wall panels from Eco Lifestyle, and that's what I used around the entertainment center. And I think that came out pretty well. I don't know if I've done it yet, but I do also add some wall lighting as well. So there is some mood lighting behind the entertainment center, which you can't tell too much because I do add some other lighting into the bedroom that kind of dilutes that. And like I said, I really could not decide on the tile. Are we adding windows now? Okay, cool, we're adding windows. Gosh, you guys obsessed with these square windows we got? We got some awesome stuff with Eco Lifestyle. Good job. I was impressed. There's been plenty of times I've been, what's the word? The Sims has lackluster, you know? I don't know if I'm using that right. So I've been making a lot of, okay, here we go, adding the mood lighting. But anyways, I've been making a lot of L-shaped couches lately, which I should just use we have this little white bench that's pretty, I think it's just about average height as the rest of the couches, so I need to start using that as just a simple chase. I'm not too sure how I feel about this little bit here. I don't know. I think that it does look good. I do like it. I'm not really sure how well it fits into the build though. I just know that I was having a lot of fun playing with the lighting and picking up some new tricks I learned, so I need to make sure that this bar is functioning too. This is something I've been doing a lot lately, just trying to blend the bars into just the surroundings. Okay, good. So this is the bar I end up landing on, I'm pretty sure. And then I go ahead and I add, what do I get? I get the bromeliads. Like I think it's a planter. To put the planter with the bromeliads. And I got a few of those in the back. So you'll see momentarily. Oh, well, first I go with these and then I change my mind. I don't know. I thought they looked kind of weird. These at least made it look like they were in a planter of some sort versus just sitting on top of marble. I really like those lights. If you shrink them down far enough, you can still get them in a really nice dramatic placement and still not be visible. Sorry, it's getting pretty late and I'm realizing how late it is and how tired I am and just how much I worked today and moving stressful. Oh gosh, guys, I'm really happy what I do with this little corner here on the right. I made like a cat habitat-ish thingy, which I don't even know why. And you know what? Come to think of it, I did not even add any pet stuff in the kitchen. Like I didn't add a pet bowl or any toys or anything. But I was like, you know, it's perfect for this corner. A cat tree thing. Because I wanted children in this build, but, well, stuff for kids. But I wasn't quite sure where I wanted. So I know for a second I considered putting something there. But then I got the idea to add a pet bed. And yeah. I don't think our cats can go in the shelves, right? I'm pretty sure they can. Which would be cool if they could, because, I mean, they can get on the refrigerators. Which technically aren't shelves, but it'd be nice if this was functional for said cat. I tried looking to see if there was any way or anything I could use to kind of make it look like there were cushions on the planks, but nothing really came up. I don't see why this desk would not work, but I should just go ahead and double check that for you guys. See, that was me trying to hoping. I mean, I guess it would have worked, it just looked kind of weird, or maybe I couldn't get it to... Oh my gosh, excuse me. I could not get it to a point where You couldn't see the wood plank. I feel like this home was pretty easily, or I don't know, I feel like it was quick for me to decorate, but maybe that's just because I spent literally an eternity on the exterior. But like I said, I knew that I wanted kids in this lot, especially because of all the space. I wanted stuff outside. So since this living room area was so large, I thought that I would go ahead and kind of add like a play stuff here. Because even though the kids have their own room, kids don't want to be too far away from their folks. Like, they want to see what's going on. They just want to feel a part of it. And I get it. I get it. So I added some stuff down here. And then, I don't know, I go ahead and I add the, the llama table. And I only like the idea for it because I wanted, like, kids eating area. Like, when I was growing up, my sister and I, we had our own little, like, mini kid table. Like, a physical kids table. So that's kind of what I wanted to go for there, even though it is the game table. But I thought, I don't know, pretend, guys. And then I wanted to, in fact, I did this in both bedrooms. I wanted to do kind of like a clubhousey little, like, bunk bed thingy. So, like, my little brother, he's got a bunk bed, and underneath it, it's so cool. It's not even a desk or anything. It's got like a little door. Oh, and it's got storage too. So aside from the little door, it's got a bunch of drawers and stuff. Anyways, so it's got a little door, and it's like an enclosed area. It's so cute. So he did have lights and stuff strung back there. Very cute. Anyway, so that's what I wanted to go for. But yeah, that cute little Heidi bed, and he'd rather hang out with the grown-ups downstairs. But that's all right. But again, that's why I added the kids stuff down there. So to make the loft, because obviously it couldn't be usable, now if I wanted to add another flooring, I technically could make an accessible space, but I just wanted to go for looks here. So I go ahead and I take these little square wood thingies that we got with Eco Lifestyle. There's also a cement one with like weeds and stuff. I'm not really sure. You know, I don't think I've recognized them in the game. Again, I don't have a lot of time to do gameplay. So, yeah, but I'm not 100% positive where they were used. I really like what I did there with the higher half walls, and then I went ahead and added the arch. And then we've got the little clubs, or like the Kid Scouts boarded there. Both rooms could pass as semi, I wouldn't say masculine, I would just say boy. Like, and I don't say little boy just because I used a lot of yellows and kind of more like rusty orange colors. Other than that, I think it could pass for gender fluid or gender neutral, whatever. But I feel like a lot of my children's builds these days have been super girly, so I was really trying to stick with just kind of a different color scheme at least. You know, darker hues and things like that. I wish those orange string of lights gave off more light, which is why I went ahead and I think they were snowflakes that I added. And it really brightened up the spot. So here I am again with this awesome little marble thingy. And again, I need to play test. So I don't know yet if these things work. I will play test though before I put it on the gallery. So if this is uploaded and it's got a link to my gallery to this build for you guys to download, we're good. I will fix it. But again, like I said, this build was me kind of just like playing with some different like techniques and trying to get better at not using custom content, you know, because there's so much you can't do without it. I'm just so lazy. But I really like how this turns out. I went and I had and took I think it was a debug fence, and I don't even know why I was in the debug options anyways, looking at bathroom stuff, but I was, and it worked out. I really like the idea of the tub fitting into the marble and it kind of being like just a tub with a really big fancy lip, and I wanted to do candles and whatnot, but it wasn't going to fit in well, and I don't think it was still going to be functional. But I do like this kind of like conjoined bathroom shower bit there. And I don't know, I kind of like that I add the wood dividers. I think it makes it look a little bit sauna-esque. And I believe I added another one as well to give it a little bit more privacy and make it like it's its own little section. Like a fancy walk-in shower with a toilet. And yes, I was bummed out that decorating that back wall area. See, this is what I mean, like I spent so much time on the exterior of the build. And I felt like the build did look good, so I felt justified in not putting as much effort as I wanted to in my heart in this build. So I really wish I had taken the time to, because I had shrunk down those back countertops, to decorate. I'd have to like use the red shelf and move them back, and I don't know, I didn't want to. I think it looks good though, and I don't know, sometimes I think that my builds are a little bit too cluttered. I love the clutter personally, and I know a lot of people do too, but I see builds sometimes and they look so like clean and pristine and versatile too. Like a plethora of different kind of people would want to live in that build, versus the builds I make, I think they look a little bit like they're aimed towards a soul, you know, type of person. Like my mom, she hates like the modern look and stuff, and I know I build a lot of modern houses, so I need to build my mom like a cute little beach house or something. Gosh, she's obsessed with California. Like she's weird about it. So maybe she'd like if I built her a little beach shack. She says that she would even live in a shack. She would not mind giving up so much to just be by the ocean. So maybe I'll make my mom a cute little like tiny home, maybe in Del Sol Valley. You know, I had higher hopes for Del Sol Valley. I really did. I came with, yeah, Get Famous. But I mean, I picture it like Hollywood, and they've got, you know, in the world, it looks like the ocean, so I wish there was a place that we could go to the beach. You know? Okay, so here I am trying to make this lot a little bit more kid-friendly, and also do something with this, like, blank, bland portion of land in the back there. You know, I really hope I went and added more landscaping. Okay, so this is what I meant with the driveway, or why I failed to make a driveway. The terrain just didn't add up, and it was weird, and I don't think I was able to get it to work. That was as close as I was able to bring it towards the street. And then I kind of just pick a generic car. I was hoping for something a little bit more, you know, I guess I could have looked a little harder. But something more like kind of like an old school caddy, a Cadillac. Just because I thought this house was kind of like mid-century, modern, like fashion-y, you know, maybe like I don't know, a supermodel in the 60s lives here. I would love to buy an old mid-century modern home and like fix it up. That'd be amazing. Oh gosh, I have to do so much playtesting. But I like the idea of the double sink. Yeah, because we are here in the master bath. And so here I am again playing with that. Gosh, I love that marble. It's so, you could do so much with it. But again, I was really trying to go with, you know, make the bathtub look like it was part of it. And it wasn't going to work out the way I was hoping for. So I don't even know what I end up going with. What do I do? But this isn't it. I don't even remember. Yeah, I guess that's it. No, maybe, I don't know. We'll come back. We'll come back. I'm actually sort of surprised my voice hasn't like given out. Okay, that's what I do. I end up adding the shower there, so it's okay. Ooh, you know what I should have done? Next to the shower, I should have added a wall divider to make it look sort of, you know, ooh, actually, I take that back. A window would have been just perfect. Okay, so figuring out the master. I just really love these wall things, and I know we had the vertical ones from Get Famous, but these horizontal ones are just really awesome. I wasn't that pleased with the master bedroom. I feel like I was trying too hard to make it look like a parent's bedroom, which doesn't even sound right hearing me say it. Like, I don't know what I was doing with this build or this room. I love that first painting from the pair I just put up in that room. The default coloring, where it's just I think it's a beige background with just blue and like red, yellow squares. I might be wrong. Okay, so here I am. I said I was gonna do the loft thing in both bedrooms, and here I am kind of figuring out the other one. I wanted to do something a little bit different. So here I am with the shelves, thinking maybe I'll do like a ladder type of thing. And then I thought that just kind of like looked funky. So I do end up moving the ladder to a more realistic. Here we go. So I thought this looked better. And yeah, it didn't line up perfectly, I don't think. Gosh, what am I even looking for? Oh, you know what? I'm looking for something to put around the edge. Nope, just kidding. I'm looking for that. I need to, gosh, the name I believe is Twisted Mexi, but there was just the update with the tool mod, and I did download it. I have not watched the tutorial yet. I do need to, though, because a couple of times I have wanted to grab multiple items. For example, I thought about it with the debug stick there that I used to make the ladder. But the only time I've seen the tool option come up is when I've been actually playing in the game, I think, and like click on an object. So I think I have to have a tester sim on lot. So I need to start doing that. And just so I could freaking play test the lot as I go, it'd be so much easier to just build then, figure out if it works, and, you know, fix it then and there. I don't know what I was thinking with those. Okay, good. I'm so glad I got rid of them. I don't think I end up... That's not true. I do something. I have to do something up there. You know what I should have done? I should have taken little windows. And here I am decorating, which was sort of a pain. I leave the kitchen actually pretty plain because of just the way I had to do so with the counters and the marble side table thing. I've never used that swatch for that outdoor umbrella table, but I just thought it looked really fun and pretty and was a nice contrast to the house. And that pool looks so crisp. So you guys got to do your testing sheets on, and then I think all you need is the show hidden objects. I always do the show hidden objects and the show live edit objects at the same time though, so I don't know if some things are, if you need one or the other, I don't know. But I believe that one pops up after you look up the show hidden objects. But it just makes the pools look flawless. Because before, your only way to do that would be to add like mirrors and things like that. Or yeah, or not mirrors, I'm sorry, windows. Gosh, I'm so sleepy. Okay, so I seem to be making a habit these days of putting bathroom sinks in front of windows. So I can't have a mirror above the bathroom sink. It's always to like the side, and I think it's so fine in my game, but I think about in real life and how peeved I would be if I didn't have like a mirror directly in front of the sink. Like imagine trying to wash your face and like having to turn to the side at a mirror like across the room. So I really had higher hopes of this little loft section here, but I didn't want to take up too much of the walk area. And I was trying really hard to stick with woody tones. without being too repetitive or gross. Like, I thought that chair ended up just being straight up gross. I was like, nope, nope, what am I thinking? It has got to go. It's very important to just step away from build sometimes, because you get just a little bit too, like, into it, and you don't catch things, I think. We're almost to those captures, though, guys. I did give this bedroom a computer. I didn't give the other kid's bedroom a computer. I did give them a workspace, but I thought that the room looked a little bit younger. Like I put, yeah, see, so I give this kid, no, I get rid of that. Okay. I do give him the video game thing, though. So I figure maybe a teen could live in that room. It's a little bit more, I don't know, I think it could go both ways. A teen or even an adult. Like, I think that little loft thing would still be cool as a grown-up. And the other one could definitely pass for kid and toddler. Oh, I should have added a toddler bed. To be fair, though, I made that room kind of snug the way I had to do everything. There really wasn't much place to put it. I guess I could put it under the loft thingy, but I've got the creativity table in there. Okay, so I figure maybe we should make use of this dead space here. So I go ahead and make it accessible from that one balcony, and I just add some planters up there. I thought about adding the beehive, but the beehive was just too noticeable from the exterior, and I really wanted to keep the shape of the house the way it was. So I just go ahead and add the yoga mat. That doesn't take anything from it. And then, gosh, what else did I add? I don't know, I just threw something else up there. Probably like a paint easel or something. And I'm not the most pleased with this hallway area, but I don't know, the lighting was really fun. It was just something to put there, I think, though. And I think it almost looks noticeable. Like, I was just trying to fill that space. Do you guys hate that? This bathroom is really dark. Like, every item in it is black. But I definitely did that on purpose. Alright, that's really it, guys. You've listened to me talk far too long, so I really hope you enjoy these captures. Thank you so much for watching. Your support is phenomenal. Alright, guys, we'll talk soon.